Tristar P120. This is also known as, at least according to Tristar, as the Canik55 Piranha. Now, before I get into a lot of that discussion, let me make sure it's not loaded here. Not loaded. Alright. This is, like I said, the Tristar P120. These are not the original grips. I'll point that out real quick. The original black plastic grips are the same ones that come on pretty much all the Tristar guns, except for maybe the compacts. But you can see they're just kind of a plain black plastic. You know, I didn't really care for the looks of them. They didn't really even have a lot of good grippiness to them. That's real smooth, which I'm kind of, depends on the gun. I don't mind smooth grips, but these that I bought on eBay, they are they're they're checkered, of course. They're I guess more of the I don't know, the Shadow line, I think. I'm not sure. It's kind of patterned after their aluminum grips, I think, from CZ. But anyway, I like them a lot. They were 45 bucks eBay. They were from Thailand. Good material on the woods, it seemed like, and you know, they look nice. They thin a little bit more, I think. They're flat. They're not palm swells at all. But anyway, enough about the grips. This video is about the gun. Before I get into any talking about the gun, I want to throw this out there. The original pictures, these P120s have just been coming out now for, I guess, the last week or two. They've hit the U.S. shores, and today's February 2nd, 2014. But they, and you'll see the picture I'm going to put up here. They look a little different than what Tristar has on their website. On the website, the picture they show, and the Piranha, that's Canik55, which Tristar doesn't import. It's supposed to be the same thing as the Piranha, but the frame, the lower frame, goes out all the way to the end of the muzzle. More like, I guess, if you wanted to try to emulate it here, it would look more like that, I guess, except without the pin, you know, the guide rod sticking out. But a lot of people are upset about this. If you go to like some of the online forums for CZs and CZ clones and whatnot, a lot of people aren't too happy about it with Tristar. You know, I didn't have to buy the gun, so I don't have anything really to say about it. It doesn't bother me as much as it seems to be bothering other people. I still like the design of the gun. I like the front and rear serrations on the slide. I like this little angle cut they put in here. It just kind of gives it a different look. I think they were going after the you know, cloning the SP01. So in that respect, this is more like the SP01 than to have it all the way flush. Now the SP01 looks a little bit more finished here. This is kind of, you know, it kind of looks almost like it was an afterthought that they decided to do that. But like I said, if they were trying to go more for that SP01 look, this would be more like it. And I think that's what explains also the +2 magazines. The website doesn't mention anything about +2. You know, these are 19 round magazines. Normally it would be 17 round magazines. And of course they'll take the regular 17 round magazines. I just actually bought a couple of these Mecgar CZ75 magazines. So there's what it would look like with just a 17 round magazine for the 75 or whatever. But I think that's what they were going after here. I don't know. I'm theorizing. I don't know anything official. But there it is with the 19 round mags, the 17 +2. So anyway, that's the little discussion about that. Now to the gun. The sights, you can see here, nice 3-dot, just regular 3-dot sights. My understanding is you will be able to use CZ sights, at least on the front, maybe on the rear, if you wanted to put on different sights like night sights or whatever. I'm not into all that really. I just usually shoot whatever the gun has on it. The finish on this Tristar, this Canik, I should say, Tristar is the importer. Canik55 is the manufacturer in Turkey. But the finish on this one seems to be better than the other two Tristars I have. Both of the other two Tristars I had a chip here and there, you know, of the Cerakote. It was chipped a little bit or something. Like one of them had it around the mag well, and my T100 actually is starting to lose a few spots here and there all around the mag well from loading and unloading, I guess. They had issues up on the frame rails, both of them I have, the T100 and the S120. This one doesn't seem to, I haven't found a flaw in this one's finish at all. So this one's finished out much nicer as far as this black Cerakote or whatever it is. My understanding is they're only putting Cerakote on these now, but I don't know. But anyway, the finish looks really good. The design of the gun obviously is, like I've already discussed, is a clone of the CZ75 platform, and more specifically, I think, a clone of the, or an attempted clone anyway, of the SP01. Safety can be engaged while the hammer's back, unlike the CZ design. But, you know, still can't move the slide, which is, as far as I know, only limited to like the Tanfoglio design guns. Feels good in the hand. These grips work really good with it. They got a good checkering on them, so, you know, even though they're thin and don't have a palm swell, they feel good to me anyway. I have big hands, but the double action, single action trigger pull. Of course, the trigger pull, the single action is just like pretty much all the Tristars I have, or the Caniks I have, they're all about the same. It's a nice crisp, I got on the safe. There we go. A nice crisp single action, and then the reset isn't bad. It's a nice audible click. Not bad at all. Now the double action is like the T100 and the S120. It's very similar. It's real stiff at first, and you get that half cock, and then when you go into going to fire it, it's kind of long, but then right at the very end, it's kind of quick. So it's not too bad, and I'm hoping, like with my other two, the T100 and the S120, that will loosen up some more once firing, because my T100 did a lot. I noticed a big difference after shooting a few hundred rounds through it, how the double action trigger pulls seemed to smooth out more. The takedown of the gun is pretty simple, just like the other CZ designs. Line up the two little hash marks or index marks there, pop your pin out, and like the other two Caniks I have, the pin pops out with just finger pressure. You don't have to use a magazine base plate or anything like that to get it out. It does real well. Once you get the slide release takedown pin out, you pull your slide off. Of course, there you can see the manufacturing of the gun looks very good. It's but it you know, not a lot of, I don't see any like machine marks or anything, and you can see the finish. I was talking earlier about the other ones I have had some chips in the finish along the slide rails, but this one doesn't. It's nice and perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It looks really good. The takedown from here is pretty much like other CZ designs and most semi-automatics. You pop the guide rod and the recoil spring out, and it has a steel guide rod. It's not doesn't seem to be stainless steel, but pop that out, pull your barrel out. Barrel's pretty standard fare with the Caniks. Looks good. It's, you know, all black. It's got the locking lugs just like this original design. Again, the machine work in here looks real well. It looks real good. It's done out very, very nicely. I like this gun quite a bit. I haven't shot it yet, and to be honest, I'm kind of in a little bit of a Canik, or even not even specifically Canik, but a Turkish handgun collectible mode right now. I've acquired a few over the last few months, and I'm real impressed with them. The work on them seems very good for the price point. I mean, if they were asking $500-600 for them like they do like a CZ or something, and I'm not necessarily saying they aren't worth that, but if they were asking that, I probably wouldn't speak so highly of them. And the fact of the matter is, these come in relatively cheap. I got this gun for right around $400, and that was after taxes. I mean, I didn't have it. That was out the door. So I mean, it's you know, relatively cheap gun, and I'm imagining or guessing that the price of these will continue to go down as they come out onto the market, especially if people aren't buying them because of this the frame rail issue that they, or the frame and slide matching up issue that some people don't like. So that's the reassembly. You just put the slide back on, pop the pin back in, check for function, single action, double action. It's all good. So all right, but anyway, to wrap up, like I said before, for anybody who's didn't catch it at the first, these are not the original grips. These are eBay grips. I got them from Thailand. They're made in Thailand. I've got a few different grips from Thailand grip makers, and I've not had any issues with them. As far as, you know, they're generally pretty much the same shade, some kind of reddish rosewood or whatever. So I mean, if you're not too big into that color, then you know you might not want to go that route. But I think they look great on a blued or black gun. The red, I think it just looks real good. The black grips that were on this, I mean, it was just kind of bland looking. I don't know. I guess it's teach his own. I guess everybody has their own opinions about everything. But I like these. I like them quite a bit. I didn't require any modification whatsoever on this panel, on the left side of the gun. Now on this panel, I did have to go in here and make the hole where the screw goes through just a little bit larger on this side of it so that I could get the panel, you know, lined up right. But other than that, I mean, it took me less than 5 minutes to put these on, and you know, I think they really make the gun look nicer. So I plan on shooting it soon. I haven't shot it yet. I don't anticipate to be any issues shooting it. Like most new guns, when I first get them, I usually take a couple hundred rounds before I get it to where I'm getting real accurate with it. But I guess it's just me getting used to it. I'm sure the gun is fine. The website, and from what I read about these guns, from what I'd read about this gun and what the website I think says is that this is a steel alloy frame, which, you know, I assumed because of that it would be about the weight of, you know, like the T120 series, T100. Now I've not got a T120 yet. I do plan on adding one to my collection, but it doesn't feel like an alloy frame to me. It actually feels, you know, like it's full steel. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert by any means, but it's got a nice weight to it. So it doesn't seem like an alloy, like a steel alloy to me, or anything that's not just full steel. But you know, like I said, I could be wrong. But anyway, that's all I got. So if you like the video, please hit that like button, share it, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get videos up as often as I can. I keep buying these Turkish guns, so I can't seem to get around to getting videos of my other guns. I do own other guns other than just CZ clones and CZ75 or 85, whatever. So you know, just check around, subscribe, and you'll get notified when I put a new video up if you enjoy watching and listening to me ramble on. Be safe when you're out there shooting, and enjoy the sport, and have a good day. Alright, so these are the results of my first range outing with this gun. It was at an indoor range. This is at 7 yards. You know, I was grouping to the low left. It was a large group, but I tend to do that with new guns. First target was 19 rounds out of one of the 19 round mags, and the second target here is the next 19 round mag, still 7 yards. You can see it's pretty much low left. This is at 10 yards. It's more left than low now, but this was at 10 yards, one magazine, 17 round. It was a CZ75 Mecgar mag. And this is also at 10 yards. I was trying to do all headshots. As you can see, I was hitting low left, and only got maybe a third, if that, of the shots on the head, or ear even. And then this is the drill of 2 quick shots to the chest and 1 to the head. You can see I missed a couple at the head, but otherwise, you know, it did pretty good. So it'd be a good defensive handgun. Those were quick follow-up shots. It's such a heavy gun, you know. It's easy to follow up well. It's a nice gun. I enjoyed shooting it. It had no function issues, no failure to feed or eject. like I said before, it's an all steel gun, so it's got a nice heft to it, and those follow-up shots are a lot easier that way. You know, after I shoot it a lot more, I'll probably get my accuracy better with it, because I'm sure these low left shots are me. It's not the gun. Great gun. If you see one at a good price, go ahead and get it, because I'm sure these are just going to could either go up in price or down in price depending on how you look at it. But I think they're a good gun. So have a good day. Enjoy shooting. Be safe.